Please start us off and make a comment.
Yeah, really happy with the way our team approached this game. I thought we practiced well in preparation. I thought we came, ready to play, and that was important because this Eastern Michigan team has traditionally started very, very well this year, and we were ready. And we jumped on them quick, and that was good to see. And I love the way we played from defense to offense and how fast we played, the way we attacked the basket. And, a couple stats that jump out to me are 24 assists on 28 made field goals. That always says you're running offense at a high level. Glad that we got back on the positive side of the rebound margin. And then, the points in the paint was something that we talked about. We had to dominate, and we did, 38-18. So all in all, good night for the Cardinals, and now we'll live to play another one.
Questions?
Coach, you mentioned 24 assists for you guys, but you got Eastern only 5 assists there, and I know part of that is the shooting defense, but also defending the pass there. So
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think with the way they play, because they run the dribble drive stuff, you're not going to see a ton of assists out of that system. But I thought our kids did a really good job of not letting them turn that corner. And when they did kick it out, we continued to play. We didn't give them that backside drop down to their post player, which is something that offense traditionally gets. It's something we worked on quite a bit. Again, I liked what we did in our defense. I thought our kids were on point with their responsibilities and handled it really, really well.
Brady, how do you rate today's defense with other games this year?
Yeah, it reminded me of the first 3 games we played in the conference. When we went to Toledo and defended so well. Western Michigan, we defended so well. Kent State, we defended so well. And then, we played a couple teams in there that were kind of high octane with Central Michigan and Akron, and we gave up a lot of points. And I don't know that that's out of our comfort zone necessarily, because we can play that way. But the way we hunkered down and defended, and then played from our defense to our offense, was the thing I like to see the most. So. Yeah, from just being locked in and understanding their job and what they had to do, I thought really, really good.
You hit 4 threes. Jill hit 3. You two are consistently open shots that you guys have in the last couple of games. How good is this team capable of being?
I think that we're capable of being really a great team, because then they have to come out on us, and then that leaves Renee open down low, and which is a big threat too with her in there, because we can get it inside to her too, and then I don't know how you stop that kind of offense, I guess.
Well, I'm probably going to ask the question to Coach as well, but since the mic is turned on Oscar. So, Eastern's record wasn't that great, but the same also could have been said of Lipscomb before. What's the difference, between you guys now versus back then?
I think that we just came into this game more focused, and we knew that even though the record might not be what a very good one, I guess, we knew that they're capable of how they're capable of playing, and we just knew that we couldn't take them lightly like we did to Lipscomb, and I think we learned a lot from losing that game.
And then, Coach, in the preparation for this game, did you notice anything different from maybe back then, or was it just something else?
No, I thought we were good in practice. I thought both days, we came in on the holiday on Martin Luther King Day, and you always worry about, did they lay around in bed all day? And, they got up and lifted, and, then they came to practice, and they were ready to go. The energy was really high. And then on day 2, the energy was even higher, to the point where I even had to call them in and bring it down a notch, because we were getting a little squirrely with how ready to go we were. So that's a good sign in the middle of January, that the kids want to be here and they want to practice and prepare. So, yeah, we talked about Lipscomb, and we talked about the approach, and again, these kids, like Mo said, they learned a tough lesson. But the most important thing is they learned the lesson. And so, every game in conference counts the same. So our kids get it, they understand it, and every one of them you can get is at a premium.
Brady, can you talk about Carmen's development this year from her freshman season and then the advances that she's made, how she's gone back?
Yeah, the first thing that jumps off kind of the page at me is physically the change she's made with how hard she's worked in the weight room. She's taken that extremely seriously to the point where she lifts an extra day more than our team does, and that's on her. I never suggested it. That was something she wanted to do. She understood how important it was. And so with that strength has come an ability to stay on the ball even when she's getting pressured. She doesn't get knocked off of it quite the way she did as a freshman. She's worked her way into being an offensive threat, so you got to guard her out there, or she can hurt you. Clearly, she can get it to the rim and always has been able to. But let's face it, I mean, her ability to see the floor before the play materializes, to see what's happening in transition and get the ball where it's supposed to go, it's a special skill. And, I think we all know we've got a special one running our team right now. And the greatest thing is she's coachable and she wants to get better. And the last thing she wants to do is pat herself on the back. And I never pat her on the back, so she doesn't have to worry about that either. But she is coachable. She gets it. And, like a lot of ours, she wants to be great. And she understands she's got a ways to go before she gets there. But sometimes the journey is the fun part, too, and she gets it.
It seems like maybe there's a different level of confidence this year, and maybe that just comes with a year of experience.
Well, we're a game away from the Super Bowl, which I know you know, and so I'll use a Bill Parcells quote, confidence comes from demonstrated ability. And when you work as hard as she does, when you work as hard as Mo does, when you work as hard as our players do, yeah, they're going to be confident. They put in the time, and, they deserve to play at a high level because they are hard workers. And it's easy to say, yeah, that's what we demand and this and that, but at the end of the day, they make that choice. And they buy in and they want to be great. And, when you got players like Carmen and Mo and Jill and Renee and Kaylin leading your team, and they all have that mindset, it's a lot of fun to be around.
For the next 5 on the road, how crucial is this stretch in setting yourself up to play for a championship at the end of the year?
I didn't know that, so thanks for ruining my night. I knew the next one was on the road, but after that, got a little far for me. But hey, I think we've been a good road team this year. I don't know exactly what our record is there, but it's pretty good. Again, I think their approach has been good on the road. And I think sometimes as a player, it's a little bit easier to go on the road because all the distractions around you are gone. And it's you study a little bit and you play ball. And don't forget we eat a lot. So, I mean, it's not a bad gig, and so, I mean, you've traveled with us. We travel pretty good. They don't want for anything. And so they can get away from a lot of that stuff and just really hone in on what it is we're getting ready to do. So, we've got a seasoned and a veteran team that has been there and done it. They've been to all these gyms we're getting ready to go to, whether it's by bus or by plane. And they'll handle it well. And we know Bowling Green's a tough place to play. It's a great crowd. It's always exciting to play in front of that. And our kids know what they're getting into, and hopefully we'll prepare well and be ready.
And then Carmen, today, not quite the stat line you usually put up, a lot of time on the bench, which is really something you haven't done much of in your time here. So, what was it like for you to be in that position where you're just kind of rooting everyone on instead of leading them on the court?
Well, I don't know. I had foul trouble, and then whoever was next up just picked me up. Like, I thought we played really well without me. And I don't know, it's just every time I'm on the bench, even if I'm not a lot of time there, like, I'm cheering up, I stand up for everything we do, and it's pretty exciting. Like, I love it.
And then, Coach, you know, on that subject, you know, you mentioned the 24 assists, but, you know, again, that's a pretty wide distribution there of the people who are, you know, dishing them out. So, you know, what are your thoughts on that with Carmen, who's out there on the bench on that?
Yeah, you know, usually when we've had 24 assists, she's had about 11 or 12 of them, you know, so it is good to see the way the ball moved, you know, and you look at, you know, Kaylin and Jill with 5 apiece, Franny with 4. You know, Franny with a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. That's a tremendous stat line. But you're right. You know, it was again. I go back to this, and it's a boring statement, but like I just think our team approached the game the right way, and we moved the ball the way we do in practice. So whether it's Carmen that's moving it, or it's anybody else, like we just have an identity that we've been playing to here of late. And it's about ball movement, and when we move the ball that well and make shots at the rate we were, those assist numbers are going to be gaudy.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck on the road Saturday.
Thank you.
Yep.
Gee.